So today we will know about carbohydrate metabolism. So when we intake carbohydrate as feed, after the contact of stomach content, generally the carbohydrate is converted into its monomeric form, that is glucose. So glucose is a 6-compound molecule, undergoes various reactions to give us energy, or it will store as glycogen for further use. So in first step, the glucose is converted into pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound. The process of conversion of glucose into pyruvate is known as glycolysis. The pyruvate, that is a 3-compound molecule, will undergo various complex reactions, that is due to the enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase, which is also a complex of 5 enzymes and 5 coenzymes, will convert the pyruvate into acetyl coenzyme, that is a 2-carbon compound. After which the acetyl coenzyme will enter into TCA cycle or Krebs cycle, which further enter into the electron transport chains inside the mitochondria to give us the final product, that is ATP. So this is a very complex procedure. We will read about the metabolism in detail. So the first step of glucose metabolism or carbohydrate metabolism is glycolysis. There are mainly 10 reactions are involved in the glycolysis, from which only 3 reactions or steps are irreversible. That is the conversion of glucose into glucose 6-phosphate through hexokinase, and fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate, and phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate through pyruvate kinase. These 3 reactions are irreversible. Other rest are reversible reactions, from which the phosphofructokinase linked conversion of fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. This stage or this step is the rate limiting step of the glycolysis. In glycolysis, what happens is glucose is converted into pyruvate. Glucose is a 6-carbon compound and pyruvate is a 3-carbon compound. The production of glucose to pyruvate is known as glycolysis, which is mediated through an hormone known as glucagon, which is a pancreatic hormone. If the reverse occurs, means if pyruvate is converted into glucose in certain circumstances, like if in starvation the stored glycogen will be used for energy, and the conversion of pyruvate to glucose step will occur. This is known as gluconeogenesis, which is mediated through the hormone insulin. What happens after pyruvate? The conversion of glucose to pyruvate is known as glycolysis. The next step is pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme, but the conversion of pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme is limited to the requirement of oxygen, means this is an aerobic reaction. If oxygen is absent in this case, so anaerobic production will occur. In anaerobic condition, what happens is the pyruvate will convert into lactate through an enzyme known as lactate dehydrogenase. But if oxygen is present, means if in case of aerobic conditions, the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex will involve and conversion of pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme will stimulate. Pyruvate dehydrogenase complex is an complex of 5 enzymes and 5 coenzymes. So we will read in details about pyruvate dehydrogenase complex in our